Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the House of Luminance, y'all. My name is Antoine. Thank y'all so much for being here. Y'all, this is going to be just a general energy message for the week of September 21st through September 27th. All right. So, hope you enjoy your sign. Go ahead and skip to it. Make sure you watch your sun, moon, rising. Okay. So, all right. Bye. Libra, hello. All right, Libra, let's go ahead and take a look at your energy for the week. I hope that you all had a great week since the last time that we were together. What's going on for my Libras this week? Okay. All right, so a wandering path, enjoy the journey. So, Libra, you know, I think that you know that you're destined to be at some sort of goal, some sort of finishing point, right? But I think a lot of the joy or the fun or the mystery of it all is more so not necessarily the destination. It's really the path that you take to get there. Okay, so some of you may be understanding that this week based off of what you went through last week, or others of you this week could be, having that epiphany. Okay, or being put through some things that are going to have you understand, what the purpose of this journey is. Never mind. Well, not never mind the destination, because that's the whole point. But there are beautiful lessons to be learned along the path as well. Yeah, temperance. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles, Prince of Cups, or the Knight of Cups. Okay, the High Priestess right here at the heart, and then the Fool. The Magician. Oh, and look at there, the Ten of Cups. Excuse me. So this is a beautiful energy here this week, Libra. There's like definitely some enlightenment for sure. I feel like for many of you, there's this energy of like you getting what it is that you asked for this week. Okay. Under the deck, we have the Strength card. So this is you receiving for some of you, it's like you're receiving a reward for the endurance. The endurance is this journey, is this path that we've been talking about here. I definitely feel like Libra, coming into this week here, you are trying to make some things work. It's like you're trying to balance something, or spirit really more so is trying to balance some things out on your behalf. Okay. I feel like what you're needing right now in this moment, Libra, for many of you is like a certain stability, or maybe you're hoping for a particular act of generosity this week on your behalf. You also could be that person that's providing something for someone as an act of generosity. Either way, it's a risk being taken where there's like someone is wanting to be giving, but without expecting anything in return this week. Except, Libra, there is going to be a return, and the return could show up in the form of some sort of partner, right, that you can take this journey with, which does feel very important. It feels as though a certain closeness needs to be learned with a particular partner this week as y'all embark on a particular journey, whatever that is. It's like Spirit is like saying, don't ask too many questions. Just take the risk, right? And then, you know, everything will be revealed to you. But it is showing you a little bit, right, to get you interested in walking down this path, because you already know it's not going to be easy. So it's like, okay, it's not going to be easy, but you know that there is something worth it at the end. But even in doing that, you realize that what you have when you finally get to the end is already what you had the whole time. It was with you. Okay, whether this is something within you or a person here that you shared this journey with. And I feel like that with the Magician card or the Alchemist card here in this deck, it's like you already had all the tools available to you in some way, shape, or form. Whether that's like you had to look for somebody to give you a certain bit of stability or generosity. And maybe for some of you, you had to turn another direction for someone to like give you that emotional connection that you needed to get through the week. Either way, it's like you had the materials at your disposal. You've not been alone this whole time. Wow. This is a really, really beautiful energy. I feel like someone needed to hear this. If there was anybody that was like maybe, you know, just going through a tough time, going through a situation where you just felt like, hey, you know, I'm trying to balance everything out here, or I'm trying to just live in this moment where Spirit is balancing things out on my behalf, and, you know, you don't know which way is up, but understand that like there are people around you that can provide you with all the tools necessary that you need to make this journey at least a little bit more comfortable. And then again, the big payoff just feels like you already had what you journeyed for. It was there. I love it. Libra, okay, let me know how this is working out in the comment box for you. This looks like a great week. I hope that y'all have a good one, and I'll see y'all in the next message, okay? Bye. Scorpio, hello, how are y'all? Let's go ahead and get right on into y'all's message, all right? What's the energy for Scorpio? September 21st through the 27th, 2025. What's going on for Scorpio? All right. Scorpio, narrow pathway. Tread thoughtfully. Wow. Scorpio, this week could feel as though there's not many directions that you can take. It's like you're literally having to walk a tightrope. Okay. That could be just in the physical that you're walking through, or just legit in a mental way. You're going to have to really think about your next steps very, very, very carefully. It feels like you may be in an environment where someone is putting that type of pressure on you. Even if, you may be putting it on yourself. It could be possible that you're putting it on yourself. But it I don't know, it doesn't feel like that intuitively. We're definitely going to go ahead and pull some tarot here. What else does Scorpio need to know about this direction that they should take? Okay, the Death card. So, wow, okay, right out of the gate, like the Death card. So Scorpio, that is your energy for sure. So this is definitely letting me know that like in the situation, you are mostly in control. The Five of Swords. Yeah, you already know that whatever direction that you take, there's going to be some people that probably just are not going to vibe well with it. There's some disagreements. Okay. The Ten of Cups. This is what it is that you're trying to access. This is why this is why this deserves so much thought. The Sun. Okay. I like the Sun here because the sun is a promise, right? That that this way that you must go, like, it is achievable. That you can succeed in it. You're not going to be in the dark. Everything will be shown to you, but you still have to think about what you're doing very carefully. Yeah, the Nine of Cups energy here. I feel like many of you, Scorpio, this week are going to be, there's like a little bit of a struggle of, wanting to like be comfortable where you are because, things are comfortable. Why disrupt it? But it's like, but you have an opportunity for things to actually be better than what they are, right? You do have the Nine of Cups here, but what you're trying to achieve is that Ten of Cups energy. The Page of Swords. And then under the deck, we do have the Four of Swords. Okay. So Scorpio, this is what I feel like. I definitely feel like, the people who disagree with whatever actions that you want to take in a situation this week, Scorpio, the people who disagree with that, they feel that way because they maybe feel as though you are not evolved enough, or maybe that you have not gone through enough stuff in order to carry not only yourself, but whatever ideas that this comes with or people that this comes with, they're not confident that you can achieve this, right? They are fearful that you're going to misstep. But I don't think that you're going to misstep at all, Scorpio. Because in a way, yeah, you did have to evolve, right? In order to be able to be strong enough to carry this. However, your evolution, your transformation in that led right into the sun. Like, I always love how on this death card, you can clearly see the sunrise in the back. And then you do have the sun card out here. So even though you're having to transform, this means that you're not being led in darkness. Okay. And you're not trying to lead anybody in darkness either. The Four of Wands energy here under the deck. I feel like that's that finish line. That's that moment where everything is like, it makes sense. It clicks. And yeah, you may have to achieve this week, Scorpio, in order for people to look at you or respect you as a person who can, make it happen, whatever it is, right? Whether that's in your work or in your extracurricular projects, maybe even in your family, however you want to take that, Scorpio. But that's not like, I'm not trying to dig or nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, people may be having these thoughts about you in this situation. Why does Scorpio want to disrupt like what's already great or what's already good? Or even worse, maybe even someone feels as though they would have been better fit to take charge. Scorpio, I got the feeling where in a lot of ways you're probably just going to, especially with this Five of Swords energy and this Page of Swords energy, in a lot of ways you're going to be, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's the Knight of Swords. Did I say Page of Swords this whole time? That's the Prince of Swords. So the Knight of Swords, excuse me. Yeah, so even more so now, I do feel that you're definitely going to be showing and proving to people why it is, that you're the one here taking on the challenge. It's like you have the mental agility to be able to do this. Okay? So I'm going to leave it right there, Scorpio. Let me know what's going on in the comment box below. Thank you so much for y'all's time. I truly appreciate it. Make sure that you hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons on the way out for me, please. It would help. And I'll see y'all next week. All right. Bye, Scorpio. Sagittarius. Hey, what's going on, you guys? All right. Let's go ahead and get right on into the message. What's going on for Sagittarius, September 21st through the 27th of 2025? What's the energy for Sagittarius? Okay. So rejuvenating rain, clear the past, heal the present. Oh, I do sense some heavy emotions this week, Sagittarius. Okay. There are some things that are gonna, hit you right in the feels. For many of you, I mean, if you're the type of person that feels in that sort of capacity, I mean, I definitely feel like, and even if you're not, this could just be a week where it's like you just can't stop it, right? You just can't stop the tears. But for some of you, these tears are healing. Okay. It's washing away all of itself, all of the pain. Okay. So that once it's washed away, you're renewed, you're cleansed. However you decide to define that. Okay. But definitely some heavy emotions for sure this week, Sagittarius, whatever that could mean for you. Whether it's your, healing from within, from a personal situation, or maybe someone else's situation this week really touches you on a level to where it brings some sort of, moment of clarity and healing for you. And it really, touches and moves you. Yo, look, the card that was funny enough, the card that would have been under the deck here is Cleansing Waters. That's so crazy. I'm gonna put it up there. Okay. I mean, I feel like that's really kind of what I was explaining with the rejuvenating rain and cleansing waters. I felt like I was describing both cards at the same time. Okay, Sagittarius, I don't know what happened. I just started hearing my dog barking, and so I just went to go check the door. I think it was just some people walking by. But anyway, we have the Alchemist. Okay, the Queen. Okay, wow, the Queen of Cups in reverse. Mm-hmm. That's that emotional blockage right there. It's way too much. Okay, the World. Why did I flip that over, idiot? The World. Okay, the Chariot. Oh, dang. Okay. The Sun. Lord have mercy. What's going on, Sagittarius? All right, we got the Two of Cups. Okay. Queen of Swords, King of Cups, and then the Four of Wands. So I'm gonna just leave it like that because I think I got enough. I'm not even gonna try to organize it. It all feels like a mess anyway. In Sagittarius, that's what I'm talking about. Like this whole thing just feels as though it's just so uncontrollable. There could be a relationship here that's like at the center of it, whether that's you and someone that you're in love with or have been in love with, or someone you have a really strong connection to, maybe a family connection or friendship, deep friendship, or something like that. But I do feel like there are a couple of people here involved for sure. Okay. Sagittarius, what I also feel like here this week is, as much as I talked about this emotional blockage, I do feel like this Queen of Swords and this King of Cups energy that's being offered to you this week, it almost feels as though it's like the angel and the devil on your shoulders this week. Okay. And it almost feels like that's the energy that you're needing to like release in order to be able to right side this back up, to have more balance within your relationship, which will bring more balance into your home, which will allow more things to flow. All right. But Spirit is going to be showing you things and illuminating things to you, maybe even bringing you into newer or like different environments this week. Maybe just so that you can almost so that like you can see how other people have it. I don't know, maybe it would offer some sort of perspective to you that would be good for you for your healing journey. Some of you this week, Sagittarius, are going to be experiencing like some sort of ritualistic bath or bathe or bathing ritual that is not only like just symbolically spiritual, but but also you feel it working. That that you've been purified, right? You know what I mean? Whatever that means to you. Even if that is just like some sort of just a cry, a good cry, and a good bath in the tub. I don't know. It could be just as simple as that. That will help you, shed some of these, things ideas that people want you to pay attention to, feelings that people want you to pay attention to. And it's just like, like I'm blocked here. I can't even focus. Like I'm trying to manifest stuff and, I don't even know what world I'm in right now. I just know that stuff is going. Like, look, all this down here is, aside from this Four of Wands, it's all major arcana. And then up here is people, you, your heart. Oh, also, you guys, some of you may be in the midst of like some sort of budding relationship, I feel, that could be at a point of reaching a certain milestone in it. And there could be people around you that do not see that for you, and they may be trying to manipulate the situation, which could also be a part of what's causing this energy blockage. So, all right, Sagittarius, that was a lot. All right, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here, but please let me know what's going on in the comment box below. Thank y'all so much for y'all's time. I truly appreciate it. I really, really do. What else? Like, share, subscribe, comment. I said all that. Yeah. All right, bye. See you next week. Capricorn, hey, what's up? All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. What's going on for my Capricorns for the week of September 21st through the 27th, 2025? What's going on for Capricorns? Hope y'all are having a good week. Okay, so let's see what's going on this week, you guys. All right, Capricorn, wise leader. You are a beacon for others. So there's people are really looking up to you this week, Capricorn. That could come with a lot of pressure, but maybe for you, it doesn't feel like pressure. It actually feels like quite fitting. It's like, for some of you, it even could feel like, well, finally, but I do feel like Capricorn people will be looking to you because of your wisdom, because of your knowledge, okay? Because you know how to navigate a specific situation, okay? People may be going through things that you've already treaded through. You've already climbed those mountains. You've already gone through that forest. You've earned this wisdom, okay? So whatever you've gone through up to now, Capricorn, there are people that are going to be there are going to be people that feel as though they can look to you for guidance. With that being said, Capricorn, they could also feel as though you have a responsibility to do just that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tarot. Oh yeah, look, under the deck was narrow pathway. Narrow pathway was under the deck. So yeah, people are going through a situation that you have the specific knowledge to get through. Okay? Like I said earlier, only you know how to navigate certain things. So because other people have seen you achieve the impossible, because they've seen you do it, it's like there's a light in you. And it brings others forward to you. Yeah, okay. So the Fool here. You do have the Fool, which it does even feel like to me, this could have been you at one point. Just somebody starting out, not knowing which way to go, but just knowing that you wanted to go, right? This could be you. This also could be representative of representative of other people that are now like how you were. Okay. So we do have the Queen of Wands energy. So that's what they see about you for sure. You do have the Justice, Ten of Swords, and the Four of Cups. So Capricorn, these are people who were just like you at one point. These are people who were tired of repeating cycles, starting over again, being disappointed, not feeling like things were going their way. Maybe even feeling like the universe was against them or spirit was against them. But you show them something here. Okay. We had like a whole bunch of cards turn over, but these were, let me use these. The Tower. Okay. The Nine of Cups. And then under the deck, we have the Chariot. This is an interesting combination of cards. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, people are going through their own storms. People are going through their own moments of struggle, or for some even like escape. Okay. And like I said before, is like they feel like with you, with this Chariot energy, they know that it's been done. They know that a pathway has been tread. Okay. They've seen that Capricorn has done it before. And then guess what, Capricorn, on the flip side of this could be you. Because even though you may have become this wise leader, there may be still miles and miles of road that you still have left to trek that's never been touched. That puts you right back here in this full position as well. So you understand how that works. So it's like, I really, really love this energy for you this week. It really feels big. It really feels like you're helping people navigate storms that you've been through. You may be a person that, like I said, people look to when they want to know how to get going, how to get started on something new. You may be very like influential. Okay. So maybe your story has been put out there in some sort of way. And I think people see you now like, in your comforts, but they don't necessarily know how many times you were just like them with the Ten of Swords energy and the Four of Cups, feeling like I keep going through stuff and I'm not happy, and all of that. So yeah, Capricorn, this is a really beautiful message here. This is a really beautiful message, and I think that Justice card right there is like the cherry on top here this week, because it's really just, I feel like, um, there's like there's like, this is where the balance hinges. Okay, I keep talking about like, I keep talking about like a cycle, right, being repeated by other people, but this is where maybe you kind of experience that same thing, or you have experienced what people are experiencing now, and that Justice card is there to kind of like oversee and like just show you, that this is a part of your purpose. Okay, I love it. I love it. Capricorn, let me know what's going on in the comment box below. I hope y'all were able to understand that. Please hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I really would appreciate it. And I'll see y'all next week. All right. Bye. Aquarius, hey, what's going on, you guys? All right, let's go ahead and get into your message for the week of September 21st through September the 27th of 2025. What's going on for the Aquarius? I hope that y'all are having a good week. I truly do. Okay. All right. Grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. Okay, wow. So I really feel like Aquarius this week is going to be calling for you to just really recognize the spaces that you're in and like what you have. It may not necessarily be that you have the most, okay, but you have enough, okay. Maybe you feel like you don't have enough to give to someone, but whatever you do give, it will be enough. And then the same, right? If someone's giving you something, this is like, okay, it may not be everything you needed, but it got you more than what you had, Aquarius. And that's like kind of the energy that I feel. And for some of y'all, it's not even like that hard of a lesson, like that rough, like I was just being, but you could just really just be having a moment where you're sitting down and relaxing and you're like, you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy. And that's in itself is enough. Okay. Under the deck here, we have unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. So yeah, kind of like what I was just saying. It's just like you have enough. You have enough, right? And then not only that, but you're right where you need to be. 1 second. Okay. I dropped the card. But anyways, yeah, not only do you have enough, you're right where you need to be. Spirit is showing you that where you are currently right now is supportive of what you have. Like where you are supports what you have. Okay. If you feel like you don't have enough of something, then you may need to move around and put yourself in different territory that can support that particular something. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull some tarot. All right, the Ace of Swords in reverse. Aquarius, what are you not seeing? What are you missing? What's being shown? Hmm. The Death card, Three of Cups, Eight of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, Lord. Okay. The Justice and then Two of Cups. Okay. Okay, Libra. I mean, wow. I said Libra because I was sitting there looking at the Justice card, y'all, for too long. Sorry, my bad. Aquarius. Um, Listen, it feels like, okay, it feels like someone is trying to show, it almost feels like someone is trying to punish you or show you something this week. Like they're trying to show you what it means to have less so that you can be grateful for what it is that you do have. Like someone is trying to say, like, hey, we're comfortable, you know, or maybe that could be you. Maybe you could be trying to show somebody, Aquarius, that, hey, we're comfortable. All right. But if you really want things to change, if you really want, you know, if you really want me to show you some things, you know, let's balance the scales a little bit here and I'll show you something. Okay. And then when we start taking certain comforts away or start denying certain things, then now someone is feeling caged in. I don't know, Aquarius, but also this feels really toxic. I'm saying, like, with this Two of Cups energy too, like it I'm just not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna just say it. Like I said, it feels like somebody's trying to show you what you really should be grateful for by removing certain comforts away from you, changing your environment, shaking up your environment, distorting the truth a little bit in an attempt to show you how comfortable you truly are. You really are. Now, this does not have to be a romantic person. It could be, for sure, but it also could be someone in your home, like a family member, okay, or just somebody that you're close to in your circle, in your inner circle. Yeah, the Ace of Swords in reverse, I don't like because it really makes me feel like somebody doesn't have the best intentions in trying to show you. Like, there's a way to teach you this lesson, Aquarius, without somebody being an asshole. Is what I'm feeling. Hopefully, you're not the one that's being the asshole. I hope not. Okay. Um, and then, if you're the person that's being manipulated here in this situation, because it is manipulation, then I just really hope that you're able to reverse this Ace of Swords here and look at it for what you're truly in, and you realize that you're actually not caged in. And then putting yourself in unknown territory may be the key to you breaking free of that. It doesn't necessarily, like somebody else manipulated you into an environment, right? But freedom for you and gratitude for you would be being able to remove yourself from that particular environment. Wow. And in a way, you kind of end up showing that person how good they actually had it now that you're gone. This is wild, Aquarius. How was that? All right. But that's the message, y'all. I'm gonna leave it here. Let me know what's going on in the comment box below. That got spicy really quick. Really quick. I'll talk to you all next week. Okay. But this is a good week though. This is a triumphant week. It's you not allowing yourself to be, blindfolded anymore. You're not allowing other people to show you what you should be grateful for. So, all right, you guys. Bye. Pisces. Hey, what's up, y'all? Let's go ahead and get into y'all's message. What's going on for Pisces for the week for September 1st through 27th? I'm sorry, September 21st through the 27th of 2025. What's going on for my Pisces? Transformation. A fresh new way of living emerges. So, wow, Pisces, this is really powerful. So this definitely feels like a huge week for you for change. Okay, things may be changing for you, but it is for the better. This is like the death energy, right? Like with this big phoenix here, I feel like there's some sort of like reemergence. Is that the word? Coming back to life. All right. After experiencing a death in a situation here, you're changed, you're renewed, is what I'm feeling like here. Okay. So whether this is you're changing things around you or you're changing things within, it feels more within. It feels like there's a mindset change, a values change that begins to take form on the inside, and then it will begin to reflect more outwardly this week. Okay, Pisces. And then under the deck is discovering the truth. You stand in the light of truth. Okay, so this change not only brings a new version of you, right? A leveled up you, but this also brings in truth. This brings honesty. This is how you choose to live. This is how you choose to show up starting this week. You start to only want to operate within truth. If it's not in truth, then you're just going to fly right on by it. So let's see what the tarot has for you this week. All right. Okay. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Justice. All right. The Queen of Swords. The Ten of Swords. Okay. So there's that death that we talked about in some form, or an ending in some form, a kickoff point to a transformation for sure. Okay. And then now the King of Wands here. Judgment. Definitely like a moment of truth type of situation, right? And then under the deck here is the Queen of Wands. So we have the King and Queen of Wands energy showing up together, Pisces. So what I'm excited about is that you're not alone in this, okay? You're not alone in this. There's someone that is seeing your transformation. At the very least, they know what it is that you've been through, okay? They've stood by you. Maybe even some of you, it could be someone so close to you that, you went through the same things at the hands of the same people. So that just speaks to the relationship involved here, but it definitely does feel like a partnership. Okay. This Judgment card and this Justice card, again, Pisces, for me, feels like a moment of truth, especially with the Queen of Swords, who operates in only truth. Okay. Which is the energy here for you. For some of you, there may have been some sort of truth that was withheld from you. And that truth was like the piece of the puzzle. that you needed in order to be able to make a final change, in order for you to stop keeping, repeating certain cycles. The judgment is making me feel like for a long time you've known what that missing piece was. You've searched for it. You've searched high and low for it, but you never found it until now. Yes. And so you may be discovering it based off of what could transpire here within this particular relationship. Okay. I feel like there's a huge transformation within a relationship between you and another person that, again, only operates in truth and is patient with one another, and also gives each other grace in moments where there's a perceived failure. Okay, Pisces, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful message. And really, more than anything, I'm happy to know that this is something that for many of you, you feeling like you're not doing it alone. And it's like to have to do it alone, you don't even necessarily know if you could rise from the ashes like this Phoenix has. Okay? Listen to me. I'm about to get real deep. Some of y'all did turn into ash. But because of the efforts of someone here that you were connected to, they tilled the land with their ashes and they planted you and you regrew. Oh, look, let me let me get out of here. Oh my God, Pisces. I'm about to go. But I hope that this is a good week for y'all. Really, please hit the like, share, subscribe, comment, like all that stuff. Okay, please do it. I really would appreciate it. See y'all next week. Aries, hey, what's going on, you guys? All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get right on into the message for you for the week of September 21st through the 27th of 2025. What's going on with Aries? Okay. Oh, okay. A couple of cards. We have narrow pathway, and then we also have grounding. So the messages here are tread thoughtfully, and then go deep, explore your roots. So this energy, big time to me, Aries, feels as though like for this week, I think a lot of you are going to be kind of tapping into a very earth-like energy, Aries. You are going to be able to navigate your path moving forward through a situation by planting your feet firmly on the ground. Okay? You're going to be... There's a certain intuition that this carries this week, Aries, where it's like, you're the one that's kind of able to see the footing of which way to go just because you're the most connected to the situation. Okay? I also get this feeling here this week for Aries. I think that you're not afraid to ask questions this week. And then not only ask questions, but actually begin to research the answer for yourself. It also feels like ancestral as well. Okay. All right, Aries. So let's see. We have the Five of Wands energy. Okay. So that could be your reason right there to need to be grounded. It could be a lot going on around you or in a situation. Okay, the Ten of Swords. Okay. the Eight of Cups, the Moon. Okay. Then we have the Knight of Swords and the Chariot. And then, y'all, under the deck, we have the Nine of Cups here. Okay. And then we do have the Wheel. All right. There's a lot of energy here going on this week, Aries. And to be honest with you, most of it does feel external. Okay. I do feel like this week you could be caught up in literal, like someone's chaos, something is changing for someone in a particular moment, or it could be for you, or it could be affecting you. All right. I feel like you're having to be the one to come in, rush in with clear communication about a matter here. Okay. This Nine of Cups energy for me suggests that you, Aries, may find yourself this week feeling like the one that people have to like rely on for some sort of emotional security because they feel like you've got it figured out. The truth of the matter here is that with this Eight of Cups into the Moon energy, Aries, you could be just as lost as everyone else to a degree. You may be even considering walking away from a situation into the unknown because, you know, there's just too much here. Something just keeps happening on a cycle. It's like this Ten of Swords energy and this Five of Wands. It's like there's a moment of chaos and then everything ends, and then you're just kind of left there until the next time there's chaos, until the next time something is stirred up here. For many of you, my eyes keep moving from this Nine of Cups to this Eight of Cups. I feel like some of you, Aries, could be this week sacrificing a little bit of your own comfort. If it means that, you get to move away from this, whatever this is. I feel like Aries this week, there could be messages that are coming to you in your dreams or in moments of rest, like in daydreams. Okay. That maybe just barely illuminates the path ahead of you a bit in order for you to feel confident enough. Because the thing of the matter here is this Chariot is letting me know that things are moving fast. This Chariot, this Wheel, this Knight of Swords, like things are happening fast. Things are being communicated quite quickly as well, and maybe also quite sharply. And that could be also a part of the problem, a part of what's making you feel like, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and go this way, even though I don't know what's fully ahead of me. You'll be guided. Okay. Some of you, like I said, it could be ancestral. Call upon your ancestors if that's what you believe in. All right. Allow them to help you see the line that you have to walk. Okay, Aries, I'm going to go ahead and leave the message there. But yeah, I really hope that you all had a good week, and I hope that this turns out to be enlightening for you. Please hit the like button, share, subscribe, comment, all of those nice things, please. Take care, y'all. Bye. Taurus, hey, what's going on, you all? All right, Taurus, let's go ahead and get right on into your message. Yeah. What's going on for the Tauruses for the week of September 21st through the 27th? Okay, we have two cards here. We have Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. And then we also have Finding Sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. So listen, some of y'all Scorpios may be feeling pretty deep this week. I'm not even going to lie to you, okay? Listen, I think that many of you will be kind of having this this feeling of maybe, you want love. And I'm not talking about just like in a relationship, right? But many of you just, just are just searching for people, right, that are filled with love, right? And so it's like you behave in this way, you act loving, okay? Because it's your way of like giving people a safe space, a sanctuary for them to feel free, which in turn allows you to feel free. You know what I'm saying? I like this energy for you a lot, Taurus. It's like Spirit is saying, if you want love to flow to you, or if you want relationships of whatever kind, then find those places that are safe in which you can make those friendships or relationships, or be that safe space, which would attract others to you. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the tarot and see what else we got going on for the week for you, Taurus. All right, let's get one more shuffle. Okay. All right, so we do have the Three of Pentacles here coming out first. What else? Nine of Wands. Queen of Cups. Three of Wands. Okay. We do have the Death card. The Ace of Wands. All right, y'all. And then under the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, wow. And look at there, the Hermit. And then another Ace. This is a really interesting read for you, Taurus. I really find that this week, Taurus, you may be feeling very generous of some sort. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like with money. It could be, with your time, other resources, other things that you value, that just like you don't mind parting ways with those things if it helps someone else's situation change and transform. I feel like you are going to be having those types of genuine types of feelings that you eventually will act on. Okay. I feel like there's an energy here of you trying to build something, or someone around you trying to build something this week, Taurus. But the thing is that they've been met with failures here. This Nine of Wands, they've been burned. They've been through this, Okay. And then I'm also feeling like here with this Queen of Cups, it's like, I feel like if it's you or if it's someone around you, like nobody really knows exactly what this person is going through. Nobody knows what this person is really feeling. This person may feel as though they don't have anyone to open up to. So they do internalize. This Three of Wands energy actually comes to mirror, funny enough, this Three of Pentacles, because I do get this feeling here that this Three of Wands represents some sort of opportunity that is coming your way that is actually rooted in honesty. Maybe once you actually go and do some self-searching, some healing, maybe even, or maybe you help someone on their healing journey. It feels like someone is providing someone else with an opportunity to, it may be like a redo of an opportunity or a redemption, or just a chance to be different, a chance to transform. Okay. Somebody could be offering that to someone else or to you, Taurus. Okay. And it is legit. It is trustworthy. Okay. And it will set you up to, have voyages, all right? Like, have, other experiences that will again repeat itself, flows, brings people to you, that in turns brings people to you, that in turns brings people to you, and you to them, creating safe spaces for others all over the place, just as someone may have done for you, possibly. Wow. This is a beautiful message and a beautiful realization this week as well, Taurus. This is letting me know that, like, you are very much capable of expressing love. If you ever thought that you weren't, you're very much capable of actually expressing love. You are love. You're ruled by the planet Venus, the representative of love. So this is just you in your natural form, Taurus. All right, I'll go ahead and leave it there. I love it. I love it. I love it. Taurus, please let me know down in the comment box everything, okay? I hope y'all are having a good week. Please hit the like, share, subscribe buttons, please. Please. All right. Bye, y'all. I'll see y'all next week. Gemini, hey, what's going on, you all? All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get right on into the message. No delay. What's going on with my Geminis for the week of September 21st through the 27th? Gemini, September 21st through the 27th of 2025. All right. Okay, view from above. Get the big picture. Okay. And then under the deck, we have solitude. In silence, peace prevails. These are actually two really, really good energies, interesting energies together, actually. View from above and solitude. Okay. So I think that Gemini, for many of you, this week is going to be definitely about perspective in a particular situation that maybe you could be centered around, or maybe you're not centered around it, but you're able to have a specific view or vantage point in the situation. I do get the feeling that for some of you, though, this may be at, I guess, the stakes of you being more like alone this week. Okay. Withdrawn, I guess, which is what's allowing you to be able to have this specific type of view, this different view, this kind of zoomed out view, right? Is that you've taken time to remove yourself from a situation to be able to see it clearly. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot here. I hope y'all were able to understand that. I did have a little trouble articulating that last point, but all right, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, I'm hearing one more shuffle for Gemini, September 21st through the 27th. All right. Okay, Gemini, so we have the Prince of Swords or the Knight of Swords. Okay. Off the bat, I definitely see that there's some communication, strong communication. Yeah, the Three of Swords, disappointment type of energy here. Not some good news. Three of Pentacles. Okay, the Six of Cups. Yeah. Okay, more of an appreciation of what was, something happened here at this moment that later there's an appreciation for. Maybe after a matter of perspective. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, the Nine of Wands. So I'm feeling that there had to be a couple of, more than a couple of disappointments to be able for you to need a different perspective on things. What else do we have here? The Hangman, all about perspective. Like just not being able to even do much, right? Your hands are tied in a situation. You really can't. That's why I don't feel like it's necessarily revolving around you. There's nothing that you can do or say to influence the situation. The only thing that you can do this week, Gemini, is just sit back and like view what's happening to someone else or what someone else is going through. And maybe you can offer, again, advice or perspective, but as far as you having a hand in changing the situation, I don't know. Yeah, the Two of Swords, ultimately it's up to them. Now, it does feel with the Six of Wands here that they could be headed towards a victory here in whatever matter this is, or maybe you. Okay, but then we also have the Six of Swords under there as well. And then the Seven of Swords showing up here. So this energy is very, very mental for sure, Gemini. I mean, that is very representative of you for damn sure. And y'all know. Okay, so let me see what else needs to be said, because Gemini, I feel as though it feels as though there's someone that you're close to that feels like, and you feel like you're a part of their team. Y'all came in this together. Y'all did this. Y'all made reach certain milestones together, but maybe there's some point of separation here. There could be some certain things, Gemini, that could be happening behind the scenes that you don't necessarily know about. But maybe once a little bit of clarity is shown on the situation, then definitely I do feel as though you'll be able to like appreciate what was happening on the back end. Or again, it could be the other way around, Gemini, where someone is appreciating or someone else ends up appreciating what happens on the back end. But I mean, you have to give this other person grace, because I don't think that it was necessarily known to them what was going on in the back end. Again, we have to speak to this perspective. They had to isolate themselves maybe a little bit, zoom out a little bit to kind of be able to see a part of the bigger picture. And that may have revealed some things. But at the same time, although it did reveal those things and maybe that person did not like what they saw, they did respect it for what the truth was. Okay? Or again, it's the other way around. It could be somebody that is happening to you. Or this could be this could be a perspective that you're getting on someone else's situation through someone else's situation, or versus, someone is learning based specifically off what you're end up going through this week, Gemini. Why can't I talk? Like, ugh. Anyway, that's the end of the message. Oh, Lord. All right, you guys. Thank y'all so much for your time. I truly appreciate it. If this resonated to you, let me know in the comment box. Also, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Gemini, see you in the next message. Bye. Cancer. Hey, what's going on, you guys? All right. Let's get right on into the message, Cancer. I don't want to delay you. What's going on for the week for September 21st through the 27th of 2025 for my Cancers? I hope that you all are having a good week. Since last week, I hope that it's been going smooth for you. Energies for my Cancers. Okay. All right, Cancer. So we have unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. And then under the deck, we have fellow travelers. Support is all around you. This is actually a really nice energy to have, Cancer. I do feel like many of you are going through situations where this could be your first time experiencing something of that particular nature. All right. This is the first time you're in a particular environment, which is, which is asking you to, show up in a different way, in a different, to look at something through different eyes, right? I feel like you're not alone in this situation. Okay, Cancer, even though it's something you're not familiar with, you're not alone in it. Okay. And maybe you are like alone in your travels, but my point is like there are others around you that are also travelers, that also are going through life and going through similar situations or can relate to those situations, that you can find fellowship in those people. Okay. Support is all around you, even in moments where you feel disoriented. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot. Let's see what else is going on for Cancer this week. All right. Okay, so we do have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Is this whole thing going to be reversed? Well, yeah, probably, because I just talked about how how disoriented you could possibly be feeling this week. Cancer. Let's see what else. Yeah. The Queen of Wands, suggesting that, maybe you're not as confident in your abilities. You feel as though you're not as confident in your abilities this week. Okay. The Knight of Cups. You could be feeling like those around you, or those who are closest to you or should be closest to you, you're feeling like maybe there's some distance. Okay. The people that you would expect to walk through this journey with you, walk through this unknown with you, those people don't seem to be around. Probably some of the same people that have a lot to say as well. Okay. So then we do have the Queen of Pentacles. So we do have the Queen of Wands, we have the Queen of Pentacles showing up here. All people. These are all people, Cancer. Naysayers. People who don't want to support. People who don't want to offer anything nice to say, anything supportive to say. People who want to keep you small here with this Queen of Wands in reverse. It's like they want to keep your esteem at a certain level. They don't want to give you too much. They don't want to give you too much. Yeah, the Four of Cups in reverse, because you know that you're not meant for this. Okay, Cancer. On a certain level here in this energy with all these people around you. And that's so funny. We got these four people, and then now we have this Four of Cups in reverse. All of these four cups, all of these energies are pouring into you, but they're not pouring anything into you that's really worth something. In fact, if anything, they're pouring negativity into you. You're feeling down, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling like you can't see happiness in any situation. Check the people around you. Check the people around you first. Or better yet, check yourself first and then check the people around you. But I do feel in this situation that there are people that are around you that are not supportive. We literally have every element: swords, wands, cups, pentacles. And the thing about that is that, like, even with that being said, is like these people, Cancer, they have all the elements. They have everything that you need, actually, really, to succeed in a situation. But they would rather not see that. Okay, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, because the thing is that it would stop things for them. It would stop their gravy train. It would stop them from reaping some sort of benefit that they get from you, possibly. Right, and then under the deck, yeah, the Nine of Swords. I feel like they're trying to keep you asleep. They're trying to keep you from seeing that you're bound. They don't want you to escape this bound type of situation. Strength. Yeah, they're siphoning strength from you in reverse. Yeah, they're keeping you from this beautiful destination, this 10 of Pentacles energy. Like these people are keeping you from this. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles. They're making the situation very unfair. Okay. Prince of Pentacles energy, and that was in reverse, but it's so many people out here at this point. I definitely feel you fighting against a lot of negativity this week, Cancer, and it's not impossible, because the thing is that the energy that's here, it's here. All you have to do is, like I said, these same people that have the energy these same people that have the elements for you to be able to succeed in a situation, they don't want to offer that support to you. That's okay. Start your journey anyway. Guess what? Like this card says, you're going to find support all around you. So all that's going to happen is these things are going to begin to reverse back. But except for these won't be the same people, right? These will be all new people, all people that have also are on their traveling journey. And it's like y'all become this supportive family to each other. And I think that whatever energy is holding you back, Cancer, does not want you to be able to wake up and see the nightmare that they have you in. They know that they're treating you unfair. If for some of you, it's like they're cutting you out of, someone's like cutting you out of an inheritance, trying to, because they know that what you would do with it is elevate on them. Well, to them, that's how they feel, that you would elevate on them. And you're just trying to make the most out of what you've been given. But I really am just stuck on just how many people it feels around you, Cancer, that are not really trying to wish you well. Move on. Start that journey anyway. Do what you want to do anyway. And you will find those people that will support you. You will find those people that will help provide your way through whatever you're going through. Because the thing is that you're going to end up doing that to people as well. All of this can be reversed easy. Because the funny thing about the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the wheel is the wheel. The wheel is going to wheel. It's going to wheel. And it's right here in the middle of your message. So things are changing anyway, Cancer. All right, I done rambled. Let me know, Cancer, how this is working out in the comment box below, please. Also, if you would be so kind to hit the like button and subscribe for me, I really would appreciate it. Cancer, I'll see y'all next week. Bye. Leo, hey, what's going on, you all? All right, let's go ahead and get on into the messages, Leo. What's going on for you for the week of September 21st through the 27th, 2025? What's going on for my Leos? I hope that y'all are having a good week. All right. Okay, we have two cards. We have Vast Vistas, Expand Your Horizons, and then we also have Infinite Abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. Okay. Okay, Leo, I definitely feel like this week can bring a lot of happiness to you. For many of you, this will look like you feeling more fulfilled once you feel free. This is like you coming out of your own shell, thinking outside of the box this week helps provide you with, like, it pays off in a very abundant way for you. Okay? Possibly because you end up being the first person to be able to, like, get dibs on the situation. So it's like you end up having success in it. Right? You dared to think different. You dared to take one path while others took another. And in the end this week, Leo, it's you who gets to have the biggest harvest. Because, you know, everybody else is going in the same direction. So if y'all all found the fruit together, then y'all got to share that together. But what I found over here on my own allows you to have, you know, 10, 20 times more. Whatever, I'm just making up some big number, but whatever. You know, but you know what I mean. The Empress almost just tried to jump out just now, so yeah, I mean, there's definitely an energy here of expansion for you, Leo. Let's get one more shuffle. Okay. All right, so we do have the Chariot, yeah. So there's a shift, right? But it feels like there's a change coming, right? So it's like there's, you know, that there's some movement that needs to be made. There's some shifts that need to happen. There's an action that needs to be taken. Okay? King of Swords energy. Yeah, this is like, Leo, you finding a different strategy, right? It's like, again, that thinking outside of the box energy here. That King of Swords is like a master strategist. They know, okay, well, let's try it this way. Or, I mean, maybe they're just, or maybe you're just really in touch with your intuition this week, and you allow that to, you know, influence like your ideas this week, Leo. But either way, it feels like you follow a very clear signal to act on a situation. And again, it may be to move in a different direction than the norm. The Ace of Swords. Oh man, Leo, you know what I feel? I think, Leo, this feels really deep. I feel like many of you are following some sort of knowledge, okay, that you believe to be, you know, the highest truth, right? And I mean, of course, there's many a higher truths, right, out here that we can pick from. So that's not important. The point is what feels right for you. It's like you're pursuing that, and that does allow you to be able to experience abundance this week. Okay. Okay, the Page of Wands. Yeah, that Page of Wands it makes me feel like this card here. That Page of Wands is all about, you know, having different approaches, right? Or starting a new journey, maybe from a different approach. But it's still very action-oriented, Leo. So I definitely get this feeling where you're making I feel like you're making maybe even just a small, calculated, very small, very calculated move as a strategy to be able to to have a high yield somewhere. So I don't know what that looks like in jobs, in, you know, your workspaces, in your professional spaces and projects, whatever, family, however that goes. Oh, okay, so we do have we do have Justice card here, which, what I was trying to say is this could represent maybe some sort of success in a legal situation. I do feel that for sure here now, definitely, with the King of Swords, Ace of Swords, and then now the Justice. So I'm looking at 3 swords right here, just fresh in the middle of the reading. So Leo, there could be some sort of success in a legal situation for you, which could help lead you towards abundance. Maybe some of you could have been dealing with like your intellectual property being stolen, Leo. And so now you're reaping all of that back. Okay? Queen of Wands energy. Padow. And there you go, Leo. That's very representative of you for sure. Leo, there's like an inner confidence within you. Okay? There's an inner confidence here within you that I definitely feel is unmatched. Right? Now, you may not feel this all the time, But this week for sure, Leo, there's definitely like a highlight on you. People are wanting to look up to you and follow you now for the success that you've had in this situation because of your intuition and your, you know, action towards a strategy that you took here to win something here. The Four of Swords. Okay, we have the Four of Swords, and then also we have Justice, and then the Three of Cups, and then, ooh, the Ace of Pentacles. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. So down here to this Four of Swords. Did I say Cups? I meant to say Swords. Sorry. Down here to this Four of Swords energy, Leo. I think a part of your strategy was that it had to do with maybe not putting in so much effort, right? Like I said, you see everybody putting in work like this, putting in work like that. I feel like maybe you found a strategy that allowed you to like work smarter, not harder. So although, yes, you may have had to put in like a lot, I feel like you put in like a lot of work, or a lot of like mental energy in the beginning of this, and then you reached a point to where it was just like all you really had to do was just sit back and just watch your plan come to work. It feels like you had some sort of epiphany, some sort of moment, some sort of realization, and it was just like, you know what, it was shown to you and you went with it because you knew that ultimately it would allow you to be able to have joy, have success, have this, I mean, have that abundance. You definitely think of abundance when you think of the Three of Cups. I mean, even you may not have a lot to drink, you may not have a lot of friends to celebrate with. It's only the Three of Cups, you would think. But oh no, I think my sound just went off. 1 second. Okay, Leo, I'm so sorry. I don't know what was going on with my microphone. It looked like it was cut off, so I stopped recording. I was like, oh no, I thought my battery died, but I went to play everything back and the sound picked up. So I'm not sure what I was saying. I think I was talking about this Three of Cups energy. Oh yeah, what I was saying was that with this Three of Cups energy, it's like you may not have a lot. You may not even feel like you've won a lot or you've been awarded for something a lot, but you know, there's still this happiness with it, right? And that's where the abundance lies. Okay, because it's a start, a new fresh start, something enough, something solid enough to get you on your way, a seed that you replant to enjoy this abundance over and over. All right, that's it. I'll just go ahead and edit y'all's video, Leo, and splice it together. But while I'm doing that, go ahead and let me know in the comment box below. Tell me everything, okay? And then also hit the like button, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye, Leo. Virgo, what's going on, you guys? All right, Virgo, let's go ahead and get right on into your message. This is going to be for you for the week of September 21st through the 27th. What's going on with my Virgos for the week of the 21st through the 27th of September 2025? I hope that y'all are having a good week. All right, Virgo. Embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. Okay? All right. And then rainbow blessings. Oh, wow. Okay. Rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. This is actually quite beautiful. I feel like there's some good news coming your way, Virgo. What's standing out to me firstly are these butterflies here, which is letting me know that there could be like some sort of change or transformation that's happening to you or maybe to someone close to you that could affect you as well, that could bring forth some sort of blessing or new beginning. Okay. So I really, really like this energy a lot, Virgo, for sure. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot. Okay, it feels as though Virgo, it's like you spoke something out loud and then the change occurred, the transformation occurred. Okay. You decreed that something would happen that would bring you happiness, and then it shows up. And we're going to pull the tarot here as well. But I do get this feeling that for some of you, Virgo, whatever it is that you ask the heavens for, or universe for, or God, whatever that is, it feels as though this is the week where you begin to, for some of you, see the blessings coming down. For others of you, you may have already been getting blessed, but then this is when you're starting to feel those blessings around you. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull the tarot here and see what else we got for Virgo this week. All right. So we have the Emperor. Okay. The Hangman. Seven of Cups. Okay, the King of Wands. Four of Cups, yeah. And there's four butterflies here on there as well. The Ace of Pentacles. And then under the deck we have the Five of Cups. Okay. Okay, Strength. Six of Pentacles. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And the High Priestess coming out as your final card. All right, Virgo. What stood out to me first here with this Emperor energy, it does feel, especially with it being under the Strength card, Virgo, I do get this feeling where it's like you've endured under something up to this point. There's maybe been a certain rule in place, or for some of you, even ruler, right? Type of energy around you that's been, maybe even keeping you in a box, or maybe keeping you from like enjoying life to the fullest. All right. There's an energy maybe of something around you that acts as though it gives you the opportunity to be able to experience what you experience. But of course, we know that that's not true, Virgo. You have your own value within you. It may be hard to see it right now based off of this energy that's being projected on you, but it is there. Okay. And then I feel like once that realization comes, right, once you're able to notice that, how unfair you're being treated, then you begin to see all of the different choices and ways that things can go ahead of you. Okay, you're able to move from this Five of Cups energy. Virgo, it feels like somebody tries to, this week specifically, it may be happening up, for a while, but this week specifically, Virgo, it feels like maybe someone could be trying to like guilt you into feeling a particular type of way. Maybe guilt you for asking for something to be fair. Okay. Or they may try to guilt you for, either, maybe not even guilt you, but like try to bring you down emotionally once you begin to, feel yourself and your self-worth. Once you begin to know exactly the value that they know that you have, right? And they know that you can begin to see your own choices and you can begin to make your own ways. And, um, they don't want that. They don't want to see you as this King of Wands energy, Virgo. They would rather keep the veil over your eyes. But the veil over your eyes that they're keeping, that they're having over you, is exactly what's allowing you to be able to intuit your way through what this is. And through that energy, through the mysticism that the High Priestess has, you're able to, like I said, call forth the energy of transformation here to bring upon the blessings for you. Okay. Wow. Wow. This is a really interesting energy, Virgo, because the sad thing about that is that whoever this is that's, I guess, like holding you like, under their thumb a little bit, I don't even know if they even realize that they're actually doing that. It's just like maybe it's just a personality flaw, um, or maybe just based off of what they're going through. More than likely, because it is the Emperor card, based off of where they're sitting in certain things, like they can't really see everything, every little thing, so they may not even be realizing that what they're doing is hurting you in a particular type of way until you begin to speak transformation over yourself, Virgo, and begin to pull down some of your own blessings and start to reconcile those things that felt unfair. Okay. And in doing that, like you recognize your self-worth, your power, your own strength. I don't think some of you know your own strength right now, Virgo, but whatever that is that you have inside of you, you better believe they know it. And even if they don't know that they're manipulating you, then even still, it's like they know the value that they have, and they're trying to, uh, receive off of that. Well, anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. Um, this does have a potential to be good. We already know that you end up being the one that's blessed, changed, transformed, renewed, balanced. Okay. All right, Virgo, I'll see y'all next week. Okay. But please let me know in the comment box below. Hit the comment button. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. You see how I get tongue tied having to say all that stuff? Virgo, I'll see y'all next week. Bye, y'all.